Okay, hello everybody. Come in, come in. Shabbat Shalom, Brooke.
Good Shabbos.
Thank you. It's good to see you this evening. So it's a special Friday night edition of Facebook Live for us. And I'm joined with Moms for Liberty Chair out of Mecklenburg County, Brooke Weiss. All right. So we've been working on a project, you guys, for the last month. We are going to be rescuing 250 students out of the Mecklenburg County public school system. So we've got problems, big problems there, Brooke. We've talked about this for a lot. We've done joint actions over the past 2 months at the school board and really made a lot of progress on some things, kind of backslid on others. Mask mandate without any provocation at all is still in effect, without any justification, rather. And then we've got a special report that we just released yesterday about critical race theory being taught to our children as young as 6 years old. And so now, Charlotte's the 18th biggest school district in the country. And first graders are going to learn that Thanksgiving is a symbol for greed and for bloodlust in American culture, and that July 4th shouldn't even be celebrated because 1776, well, that represents slavery, and we don't deserve that. And so what Charlotte Mecklenburg school systems are doing, Brooke, and you know this, we've been talking about this, they're weaponizing 400-year-old history, actually false history, it's propaganda, in order to torment our teachers, our good teachers, as well as our students. And so many of you have called us, have called Brooke, you've joined our groups, and you want out. So been working on this concept of, Brooke, you call it pods, homeschool hybrids, but we're looking at how we can rescue 250 children from the system, but not only that, give them the best top flight education experience that they could possibly have. So, Brooke, we went to go see, I guess it's been 2 weeks ago, right? We went to go look at a location. It looked right for us in Mecklenburg County. We would have access to 3 different campuses, but it fell through. And so now we felt like we were back to square one last night. Oh, you've got your star. I've got my hamsa. Hey, hey. And so we've got to make it work, right? We don't have a choice. And so last night you guys had a meeting. I saw the meeting. You talked about it. You put your heads together, and many people were willing to share their homes. So I want to update you. What we're coming up with now, Brooke, and we'll definitely release the notes and the plans of this on Monday. We're coming up with a way that we can have a few select homes that will offer themselves up for anywhere from 6 to 10 students, and have a system of experts, subject matter experts, trainers and teachers that will come around and supervise and teach your children. Now, let's say, Brooke, because we talked about this earlier, that lots of working parents here. So it will be a system where if you are working, you will still be able to entrust your children in the care of our teachers who will be trained by us, vetted by us, organized by us, quality controlled by us. And so that's what we're up to. I talked to one of your members today. Gosh, the name escapes me. Annie. I talked to Annie. My goodness. I talked to Annie earlier today. And Annie is very, very on the ball, very, very organized. And so we want to get a way that we can kind of have a sign-up genius, if you will, and kind of prepare who's coming out, what are the houses, et cetera. Now, the Libertas Prep model, the model that we've already developed, the great news is we've already developed it. We've already done the curriculum. We've already done everything like that. So the model that we developed has a cohort system. And Brooke, you said it's kind of like Montessori, where it's 3 years at a time. Studies have shown that that is a great way to socialize children, to train them, and to have them flexible at what level that they can go to. Because if you've got a on the ball kid that wouldn't just likes to push themselves, they can go up. Or if you've got a kid that really, like me, that's quasi-dyslexic and has attention problems, they don't have to necessarily go down a grade, but they're able to go up in some subjects and down in the others. So it's ultra flexible. So anyway, we're going to do those cohort systems. Here's how it works. Let's say the Joneses and the Smiths live 3 miles apart. They're willing to say 3 days a week of the Joneses, two at the Smiths, right? So the cohort of 10 students will alternately meet there. Now, let's say they show up 8 a.m., the start time of school. Okay. There will be a teacher on Mondays or Tuesdays or whatever that will teach 5 hours straight or 4 hours straight of pure curriculum. In other words, here are the books, here are the lessons, here's what we're going to do. Here for the next week is what you're expected to do until we meet again on Monday. And so Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to arrange for teaching assistants to be there with the kids every single day, and it'll be a study hall where they will methodically go through all of their assignments, turn in all their work on Friday. It'll be graded over the weekend by the teacher, and then teacher comes back, and on Monday, the cycle repeats. This is actually a much, much better system. Brooke, I think you can verify this because you're actually a teacher. This is a much better system of just killing time and doing whatever and not being challenged and being inundated with critical race theory and all this other bull sh. What are your thoughts on that model?
I think it's going to work great. So to just further explain, kindergarten, first and second grade will be together, and then third, fourth, and fifth will be together, and then we'll have a middle school and a high school.
Right. And I envision the high school will be a lot different. I mean, these high school kids, Brooke, they can usually stay by themselves. So it would be nice to have subject matter experts to be able to travel. In other words, if you want your kid to have AP psychology, AP history, or what have you, we will have subject matter experts, people with a master's, people with a PhD, people that have done this for their jobs. Can you imagine being trained by a nurse in AP biology? What would be better than that? And so it would be subject matter expert trainers to come over and to facilitate this. And so maybe you have a 10th grader, right, who you're worried about them socializing. Well, we could arrange, and we're going to be arranging an addendum to this. Also, I have to explain, I'm getting ahead of myself, but we'll arrange also tutoring, and not only that, but ways that kids can be together. So the second part of the day, I kind of jumped ahead of myself. Let's say that this part of the day is from 8 to 12. It's the academic part. 12 o'clock, lunch, whatever. But 1 to 5 starts our second part of the day, or our extras. So we're going to have different locations, maybe a dance studio, maybe a gym, maybe outdoors or whatever. But the kids are going to all come together and meet, probably like 60 or 70 of them, and do things, take classes like science. So your laboratory sciences, we're going to offer them in the second part of the day, and foreign language. Those are the two things that we're going to have specialties on. The rest is recreation. Kids are not able to do team sports now. They're not able to do drama now. They're not able to do games now. None of that. So we're going to offer that completely. Any of these club sports we can get the kids into, we'll do that as well. So that's going to be a time to absolutely socialize and do all of the things that are now off limits and have deemed to be unsafe by Mecklenburg County. Thoughts?
So talk to me on how teachers are paid.
Well, we'll have to talk about that. But I envision this. Let's say that it's sort of like if you're working in a doctor's office now or a hospital and you're a nurse, and then you transition into home health, right? Teachers are going to be paid by obviously gas money and then an hourly rate, kind of like a home health person or a trainer or what have you. So this model will be, I just ran it by a teacher, and she said that they'll be being paid well more than they're being paid now, which sounds like a great business opportunity for the best teachers. Let me tell you how we're going to vet the teachers. Obviously, we have an ideological bent on the way we want our teachers to be. We have got to share values with these teachers. Otherwise, it's not going to work. We've got to share values with the art teacher, with the English teacher, with the science teacher. It doesn't matter, because you know, and we know, that critical race theory and this social emotional learning is coming in through all avenues. So number one, it's going to have to be a value system. Number two, they'll have to be a subject matter expert. We've got third grade teachers that have been teaching for 10 years. Who better than to handle one of the two cohorts, right, that we've got to teach them the core classes? We've got multiple doctors and nurses. The doctors are willing to donate a couple of hours a week to teach, and the nurses, they're available too. So again, who better to teach your chemistry and your bio and your anatomy and physiology than the professionals? And so we want to put together a network of professionals also to be able to do that. So again, somebody who's walked the walk, who's way smarter than we are, Brooke, and who has the same value system. Those are the people that we're going to look for. We're going to hire. We're going to train. We're going to background check, right? We're going to do all of these things that the schools do not do. Transparency. I can't think of a better way to have a more transparent system than to have these teachers come into your home or your neighbor's home or somebody that you know, an intimate circle of 10. By the way, that's a great group to socialize. 10's perfect. Than that. Moreover, unlike the other schools, we're going to have all of our stuff in written form. So it's going to be in books, worksheets, workbooks, things like that you're able to read. Because look, parents, we're going to need you to be involved more than ever because this is your homeschool experience. So you are going to have to look at the homework. You are going to have to look at the assignments. So you guys are going to be a part of it.
Talk to me about tuition.
Don't know yet. But I do know this, that if you have 2 students, going to be a lot more expensive than 10. Again, our goal has always been to keep the cost at $100 a week or maybe anywhere from 80 to 100 per student. That is the goal. And you're looking at private schools. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at private schools, I mean that that
way less than private schools.
Well, the median for private schools in North Carolina is $15,000. So the private school we go to is $6,000, right? And so we want to be under $6,000 certainly. And Brooke, that would also include, I hope, the recreation and the extras piece. I mean, we want to offer an extensive foreign language catalog, and we want to offer, only the best sciences. And so, look, this is also great for existing homeschool parents that, quite frankly, they don't have the knowledge base to teach these foreign languages or to do the STEM part of it. And so there are some homeschool parents, if you want to model after us and you're just doing your own curriculum during the morning and you bring them to our second part during the day, that would be fine too. We should be up and running, hopefully, by September 1st with our first home. Our goal.
Awesome.
So here's what I'm asking. Here's what the ask is, and I need a lot of help. We need in Mecklenburg County 3 different locations where we can rent it out from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. where it's big enough for 30 or 40 kids that we can do recreation. We talked about a dance studio. Let's talk about a church gymnasium. Let's talk about a fitness center that, believe me, I used to own a fitness center from 1 to 4, dead. So
our dance studios.
So we need you guys to pick up the phone and start dialing immediately. We need 3 by September 1st. 3 that are willing, have to have it. So let's say a studio can give us 2 days a week, and then the other location can give us 3. That's why we need 3 different ones, because we may not be able to do it Monday through Friday. Now, we plan to do this when we look at the weeks. We plan to do this 40 weeks total with 2 weeks off for the holidays.
And will we follow the CMS schedule as far as other days off, like Thanksgiving and Labor Day and things like that?
I mean, I would imagine that national holidays will follow. So Thanksgiving will be part of that. Labor Day would be part of that. And again, you're homeschooling your child. So if you have absences, then you're going to have to account for that. And I believe it may, if you're new to homeschooling and you just might be, the prerequisite is that you agree to give your kids standardized testing every year. Not a problem. Super easy to do. We'll be able to do that for you as well. Not a problem.
Talk to parents about how they enroll. Like, what is the paperwork that they have to submit to their schools?
It's
to declare themselves as a homeschool.
They do. Yeah, they do. So I'm going to drop my website in here for Libertas Prep. I'm going to drop it here in the chat. It's right on the homepage.
And there's been a little bit of talk about how the homeschool pods are not supposed to have more than 2 families. Is that going to be a problem?
I don't know. I don't know, because there's another rule. The other rule says that you can operate a learning center provided that it's 4 hours or less per day. This is a learning center that's 4 hours less per day. And look, you've got homeschool co-ops with 10 families in them all the time.
Yeah,
what are they going to
do? A hard time.
What are they going to do? Kick in the door?
Right.
So there's a number of rules that it can be structured by. Look, we're going to be the provider for the expertise. So we're going to come to you. We're going to be the connector. So we're going to connect the Smiths with the Joneses and then the 8 other families that want to come in, right? We'll be the connector. We'll be the provider. And look, we're going to take the guesswork out of it, because you're going to sit there, what curriculum? How are we going to do that? We are going to suggest one for everything. I mean, we're using the Hillsdale recommendation. All of our civics are PragerU or Hillsdale. So in 1776. So you know
Hillsdale just came out with a new one. I saw that this week. Hillsdale just came out with a new 1776 mission curriculum.
Yeah, and it's excellent. So we're following a lot of prescriptives from the best of the best. Singapore Math. I mean, we've looked at it. We've vetted it. I mean, Saxon, not even close. We've even interviewed the people that are devising their curriculum for Singapore Math. So we vetted this stuff out. If you look at the reading list is extensive. Oh, yeah. And one thing parents are going to have
to your website, the reading list.
Absolutely. Libertas Prep, please visit it. I want to tell you this, parents, your children will be reading an hour a night, and you will have to enforce that. So you are going to have to do things that you have never done before. You're going to absolutely have to do things. This is a strong reading and writing program. Very strong. I'm telling you, it's triple the concentration in reading and writing than you're getting now. I can assure you of that. So go and look. Now, when it comes to buying the textbooks, Brooke, because this is going to be, something that's going to be sticker shock. The cool thing about the way we're doing it is we may be able to share. We'll talk offline about that, but it may not be necessary for you guys to buy everything, right? We can get them used, whatever. That's another advantage. We're going to try to co-op all this together for you guys so you'll get it. So think of it this way. We're going to be the connector for all the homes and all the students. Full stop.
One-stop shopping.
Yep. We're guiding you through the curriculum choices. Okay. We're going to train. We're going to verify, right? Vet all that, the instructors, and operate the logistics. Now, there will be an application process. And the reason for that is this. We ain't for everybody, right? We ain't for everybody. We are for a particular type of family that wants traditional, non-political education and wants absolutely rigorous teaching and coursework. If you're that type of family, we are for you. If you're a family that wants social emotional learning and critical race theory, we are not for you. So we want to be very loud and proud about who we are. And during our vetting process for the families, we want to make sure the families are also a good fit.
Sounds awesome. I can't wait to get started.
It's a very ambitious project, but look, we have to make this work. I mean, we cannot sit on the sidelines knowing what we know about what's going on inside of these schools and letting it go on without us providing some solution.
No, and there's something new that comes out every day, something disturbing that comes out every day, like your news on the first grade civics, first grade teachings on Thanksgiving and the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. That was just so horrible. And it seems like there's something that comes up every day.
Yeah, something there's a new fresh hell every single day. And I want to tell you, and this is a very I want you to very much listen to me. We've had reports from a couple of schools in Mecklenburg County that are saying they have seen copious amounts, these are teachers, copious amounts of trailers put out by their school to accommodate the amount of undocumented refugees coming in to schools. Now, undocumented means, and we've seen this in Orange County, we're seeing 22-year-old males enroll in middle school, no questions asked, who are MS-13 gang members.
Yeah.
This happens. Plus, with resource officers being hamstrung at school and the discipline policies being non-existent, children are in physical danger, not only emotional danger, educational endangerment, but physical danger. Danielle, I read what you said, and yes, please do send something to me, and I'm going to drop my email here. So yeah, I want you to know that, for instance, Raleigh has been listed as one of the 19 cities for resettlement for Afghani males coming into the system. Now, I don't trust that they've all been vetted. Problems. If you're looking at Europe now, young women cannot even walk down the street alone. Problems. We need to keep our kids safe, guys. I'm not playing. Okay, I'm typing my email in here. And yes, whatever you need to send, do send it to me. Okay. And so that's what we're working on. We need to keep our kids very well trained, right? I mean, they've got to be, look, these are the future leaders of this country. And I don't know if you've noticed and looked around. We need new leaders. We need leadership. We need critical thinking. We need people that can read, write, argue their positions, hold their own, be able to look at things via the scientific method. We absolutely have to have this. This isn't a nice to have. It's a must. Look, saving the country is what we're all about. This is about saving the country, your children, other people's children, and the country right here. How many days a week? Karen asked, how many days a week do I need a studio? That's a great question. So look, Karen, if we had one place that could do Monday through Friday, 1 to 4, beautiful. If we needed to hodgepodge them in, that would be fine too. But we're looking for a place to do 4 days a week, 4 to 5 days a week. And why is that? Well, the reason is because we've got working parents. We've got parents that absolutely want to homeschool, but we're not numb to the fact that parents have to work. There's a lot of single parents out there, right? They need a safe place for their kids. They need it. And the kids, they need to be together every day. Okay, so the homework assignments are: find us 3 places in Mecklenburg County, 1 to 4 o'clock or 1 to 5 o'clock, something like that. Rentals. Okay. Rentals can't cost much because we're low on budget, right? Teachers, I need any subject matter expert, anything. I mean, if you're a photographer, if you are a gym instructor,
Karate.
Karate.
We had a parent that was interested in teaching karate.
Okay, so whatever, if you know a foreign language, if you know Spanish, if you know Hebrew, if you know whatever it is, we need subject matter experts to say, hey, I can teach 2 days a week. I can offer this up. We have to have you. You've got to pitch in. Mr. Conrad, will you be renting the studios? How much will they be? What if the studios won't rent? I don't know. Oh, and by the way, we're not going to be wearing a mask. We're not going to be we're not going to be renting a studio and wearing a mask. So that's
the studios have to be open to maskless students.
They do. And so how much will the studios be? I don't know, but it can't be a whole heck of a lot, right? I mean, we want to keep it to a minimum. So, $100 a day, something like that, that would be preferable if we could swing it. But again, it needs to be mask optional, because we in no way are going to resemble, in no way, the public school. This is medical freedom, straightforward, hard-hitting education without the racism. All right. So with that, I will leave you. I think we have our marching orders. I hope I updated you
We
sufficiently.
also want to know what grades your kids are in. We want to know what grades your kids are in and what special interests you have.
Yeah, donations would be good. I mean, wouldn't it be interesting if we could have like a joint fundraiser at some point in time?
Yeah, we're having one October 22nd.
But that's for the moms. We need to do one with us for this project.
But the money that we're raising is going towards this project.
Okay, great. So, Mr. Conrad, Mecklenburg just passed a mask mandate. This is going to be hard to find.
No,
I mean,
we had our meeting at a restaurant last night. We didn't ever have to put a mask on. They didn't make us put the mask on walking in. They listened to our meeting and then afterwards thanked us for what we're doing. So there are businesses out there that are bucking the system and that are not complying with the mask mandate. And those are the businesses that we need to find. I haven't worn a mask since Wednesday. I've gone in all kinds of stores. I've been soliciting gift cards for our fundraiser because we're having a silent auction also. And I haven't put a mask on one single time, not once. Nobody has said anything to me.
Well, if there's a bunch of kids, I'm not sure how that would change. But yeah, I think to your point, we absolutely have to find businesses that are friendly to that. So, and gyms too. That's my forte. So I can help with that. So Destiny, I am in Raleigh. And so we had a Raleigh, we do have a Raleigh thing coming in, but if you're in Durham, I mean, you got to save yourself, man. You cannot have Durham. You cannot have your kids in school in Durham. I'm telling you, you can't.
It's bad there.
I mean, it is the end of the earth kind of stuff. So Destiny, if we can create one in Durham, I think we can have a lot of people there. We've had a lot of interest. We have a lot of teachers that are available in there. So let's talk about that. Okay. So Destiny, you're homeschooling now. Okay. So yeah, it'd be a matter of you, us getting a system and opening up something for you guys. So we definitely need to talk about that. We've got a lot of strong patriots in your area. I think we can make it happen.
A question that came in via text message to me.
Okay.
How will kids get transported to extras and how are homes vetted?
Oh, great question. So the application goes like this. So let's go back to the Joneses and the Smiths, right? So the Joneses and the Smiths have applied for their kids to go. So right already, we know they belong in our community. But you just brought up a great point. What are the kinds of things we would want our kids to? What are the kinds of things that we would need? Guns put up in the safe, obviously. So that's something that we're going to mandate. So yeah, I mean, let's come up with a list of things that we would need to see from somebody's home. Because I can tell you, the kids won't be wandering around. I mean, they're going to be sitting their ass at a table, right? Because if you came into my house, you're sitting at a table, maybe the kitchen in the front yard, and that is it, right? There's not going to be any wandering around. And by the way, our teachers who come over to the houses are going to make sure of that. Yeah.
And what about the transportation to the things in the afternoon?
Well, we haven't worked that out yet. And so what I would imagine is that part of what this is the Joneses and the Smiths or the Cortezes or whoever else, right, is going to say, okay, I can take the kids this day, I can take the kids that, but oh, you better believe, parents, we're going to need some help. Now, it's going to be not a lot of help, but it ain't going to be public school, drop their ass off and drive away.
Did you see the comment of the VFWs? That was a really great suggestion.
Good. So I want everybody calling their VFWs to see. I want everybody calling that. That is great. Your churches, right? Things like that. Now, look, let's say it's nice weather, fall weather. I mean, heck, we can be outside, right? We can't be outside every day, but we can say, okay, well, we'll be outside, and the contingencies will be whatever. Right? The utmost thing, guys, is logistics. We have to be organized and precise, and we have to build a system. Yeah, we'll do a 10. Yeah, 10. That sounds good. But we need the logistics to make this flawless because our goal is zero impact to each home we're in. We don't dirty it up. We're not there like damn Guns N' Roses wrecking a hotel room, right? It's study time, eating lunch, and then beat it and go and get our energy out. That's the way I envision this. What do you think?
I think it sounds awesome. I'm ready to get started.
Okay. So we need lots of ideas. Yeah, and we do want to know what would make a home safe for you. I think the a number one thing is that all of our teachers understand the kids sit there at the table with them while they're watching them. Maybe go to the bathroom, of course, right? And then they bring a bag lunch and sit there and eat. I mean, I think for 3 hours they can keep it together, right, and sit there and study. I've done homeschooling before. I mean, we're at the table for 4 hours, period, and we really don't. I mean, there's no need. And look, there's going to be one teacher to 10 students. Do you know how concentrated of learning that is? You can't get that in private schools. A 1 to 10 ratio, you can't get that anywhere. The only drawback, you guys, I'm going to be candid. This is going to be a little bit more of an expensive model, possibly, than having it at a location. Maybe not. Let me run the numbers. Than having it at a location. And the reason why is we only have like 6 to 10 people splitting the cost of a teacher rather than 25.
Yeah.
But then again, we won't have the overhead. Okay, so let's get that figured out, and then again, if we can by I don't know Tuesday, have those 3 places secured, we're off to the races. It's going to take everybody mapping out things, taking the time, getting it done.
Sounds awesome. Sounds great. So people need to be on the phone making phone calls to churches and VFWs. They need to send us their ages of their kids, the grades that they're in. And then will you have that application up on your website?
Which application?
To be a student.
Yeah, I already have it up. I got teacher applications. Teachers' applications are already up. Students' applications are already up. And so go find that. And look, we want to make this a family. Like I said the other night, we want to make this a forever home for our children's education. This isn't a temporary fix. This is this is a completely new paradigm. I want to tell you guys something. I'm old enough to remember, I know it doesn't look like it. When FedEx came in, I think it was DHL, came in and started their business. They were taking over the post office, right? They were shipping things overnight. The post office, I mean, we thought the post office was there forever, right? We never dreamed of going outside of the government to mail our letters, to ship. And now look, I would never go to the post office. I would only go to FedEx now, right? And so what we're doing is we're tearing down the post office and we're into FedEx, where we're building a bigger and better model. Sure, it's private. Sure, you're going to have to pay for it. I get it. But we don't have any choice. The public schools have burnt themselves to the freaking ground. So now we're not going to go to the post office anymore, Brooke. Got to go to FedEx. So just think of that model. Clubhouses, that Allison, I cannot think of a better idea. If you've got, I mean, clubhouses, or what have you. I mean, look, in that space, we can do, games, what have you. And again, the foreign language and science is critically important. So we're also going to need something along that lines. All right. So with that, I will leave you to your Friday night.
Good Shabbos, everybody.
Good Shabbos. Toda Rabbah.
Thank you, Sloan.